Hi, my name is Danya Shakfeh. I am the founder of Motiva Business Law based in Oak Brook, Illinois, and today I'm going to talk to you about business valuation when buying a business. So what is business valuation? It is an appraisal of a business, usually determined very early on in the process. How do you determine the value of the business? Typically, a seller will have a business valuator or an accountant who is trained in determining the value of a business by looking at profit and loss statements, tax returns, and other liabilities that a business has. And then that seller of the business will take those numbers to a buyer and propose it as the sale price of a business, similar to a house. Now, the buyer, when they want to determine if the purchase price is fair, they may hire their own accountant or business valuator to analyze the seller's numbers. So they don't necessarily do their own full-blown business valuation, but it's more of a critique of the buyer's valuation. And this happens really early on. When clients come to me with buying a business, I actually first have them make sure that the purchase price or that just buying the business makes sense for them. Before going into all the legal stuff. If it doesn't make sense economically, then there's no point in moving forward with the rest of the process. Now, how else do lawyers help is that we assemble a team to make sure that the buyer is getting a fair deal when I'm on the buyer side. So I will work with an accountant or a business valuator to make sure that the buyer is getting a fair deal and they're not paying for things that are beyond what the target business has to offer. Now, there are different ways and methods to value a business, and so that's more in the realm of what a business valuator can help you with. But as far as on the legal side, again, we are working with other experts to make sure that a buyer is getting a good deal. And then on the seller side too is making sure that they're getting their business's worth. One common word that you might see floating around is something called the EBITDA, which is an acronym EBITDA, which stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So this is a ratio, and it determines the health of a business. Now, as an attorney and a legal advisor and a business advisor, I also talk to clients about how they want to envision their life after they purchase the business. It's a fine line sometimes between purchasing a business and purchasing a job. If you're looking to buy a job, it needs to make economic sense that not only as you as the buyer, that buying the business doesn't cost you more than having a regular job. And that's something that when I talk to my clients about their goals, that comes up. So if you want to buy a business, you want to really know how much the owner is involved in their business. Because if you're buying a job, you want to make sure that one, you're not buying something more than that, and two, that it's going to meet your lifestyle, because the value of a business ultimately is going to tie to whether the business improves your own life as the buyer. And so sometimes people, they're not really buying a business, but they're buying a book of business to further their own career, which is a little bit different. Again, it's often a fine line. So it's important to really have a discussion as to what is being bought and how the purchase of the business is going to make the buyer's life better. What else can affect the purchase price is that as the buyer and the seller go through the due diligence process, there may be other liabilities that come up which can affect the value of the business. For example, if there is a potential lawsuit or there's a lien on some of the assets, or it turns out that there's a lot of hidden debts that was not clear at the beginning, then the parties can renegotiate the purchase price, because that would, of course, affect the value of the business. Alternatively, the parties can just choose not to move forward with the deal. If you have any questions, you can reach out. You call us at 630-517-5529 if you are looking to buy or sell a business.